And Joe's here now. Let's have a talk, Joe, about those comments from the Barclays chief. 2 years he's talking about.
Yes, and that's quite a bleak and pessimistic assessment. Many people had hoped by the end of 2009, which is called in the parlance Q409, by the way, that there'd be some sort of green shoots of recovery. But now the chief executive of Barclays, who would have his finger on the pulse, is saying that it could be a year longer than that before normal lending resumes. Now, by that he means the same kind of levels of lending that we saw up to about a year and a half ago before the credit crunch kicked in and banks had to start restocking their own balance sheets. But it is a negative assessment. It won't be welcomed by consumers, it won't be welcomed by small business, and the government will be very disappointed because it has been leaning on the banks for the last couple of months to do exactly that, to lend it, go back to the levels 18 months ago. Having said that, Barclays was one of the banks that didn't get any money from the Bank of England or the Treasury.
He mentioned the T word, didn't he? Trust. And how people have got to learn to trust the banks again, or they've got to work harder, and also slightly dodged around the issue of sorry, apologies. Well, how did he finesse that?
Well, he did use the S word, but he didn't. It wasn't quite like a Japanese executive who would bow and cry in front of his audience and act in an act of contrition. He did say that the renewal process of the relationship between banks and their customers needs to start straight away, and it needs to start with a sorry. He didn't say, I am sorry, but he said it needs to start with a sorry, and one could infer that it was a form of apology. That will be welcomed by many people, but it doesn't change the fact that they're still finding it very tough to get loans. They've seen their overdraft rates go up, and small to medium enterprises are finding it very tough, and a lot of them are facing the administration as a direct result of not being able to get finance.
All right, Joe, we'll leave it there. Thank you.